It's lights out, and we are racing here in Jeddah. A perfect launch off the line for Oscar Piastri. He's going down the inside of Max Verstappen. Verstappen tries to hold it, and Verstappen goes off the track. Now, surely the stewards are going to take a look at that. But Verstappen at the moment is in the lead from Piastri. Then comes Russell ahead of Leclerc. Antonelli's fifth, and Hamilton's already up to sixth. Good start for him as round goes Pierre Gasly and Yuki Tsunoda. Two former teammates have crashed and they are out of the race, and that is surely going to be a safety car on the first lap of 50 here at Jeddah. But Verstappen at the moment has the lead from Piastri. Let's take a look at the start then. Verstappen didn't get the launch he needed. Verstappen went off the track when Piastri was on the inside. Piastri was ahead going into the apex, so surely Verstappen got to give it back. And we are now looking at Yuki Tsunoda. This is how his race ended, along with Pierre Gasly. And there you go. Round they both go, and out of the race. The two friends, former teammates, they are both out on lap 1 of 50 here at Jeddah. Now let's take a look at the replay then of the start. Piastri was ahead going into turn 1, and then Verstappen broke late and went completely off the track and stayed ahead of the McLaren. Verstappen is waiting to pounce, and now he's gone. Max Verstappen with a good restart as he leads over the line ahead of Oscar Piastri. George Russell was third ahead of Charles Leclerc. Then it's Kimi Antonelli, and Max Verstappen has got a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So that'll help Piastri. Not good for Max Verstappen. That could decide the race. But he leads at the moment from Piastri, but he's got a 5-second penalty to serve in this pit stop.
Penalty for the incident at turn 1, head down. Oh, that is lovely. Yeah, no. Okay.
On board with Lando Norris down the inside of Lewis Hamilton into the final corner. That's 6th place for Lando Norris, but watch Lewis Hamilton. He's got to have DRS, and he does so. Will Hamilton come back at his fellow Brit into turn 1, round the outside? Lewis Hamilton on Lando Norris, and Hamilton gets back ahead of Lando. Here we go again into the final corner. Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton fighting for 6th. Norris a bit squirrely coming out of the last corner, but here comes Hamilton once again with the DRS. Surely the Ferrari is going to get back ahead of the McLaren. Hamilton round the outside, and Hamilton remains in 6th place once more as he holds off his fellow Brit behind. Here we go again. This time Norris doesn't get past Hamilton at the last corner. Surely this time he's got him. As out of the last corner we go. This is it then for Lando Norris, hoping to get past Lewis Hamilton. Otherwise it will hurt his race. Here comes Lando Norris round the outside. Will the McLaren finally get through in the Ferrari? Yes, he will. And Lando Norris, who started 10th, moves up to 6th. Here's another one for Lando Norris, this time on the rookie Kimi Antonelli, our championship leader, up to 5th.
The car behind Max. There's still traffic that we were pit into. Just keep a fantastic job.
Oscar Piastri is coming in. So this needs to be crucial for him. This needs to be a perfect stop for McLaren. Piastri, I think, will just be okay traffic-wise. Oh, a little slow on the right, on the left rear for Piastri. But he looks okay though. He's got out of the way unscathed. And he remains, I believe, he'll be in 6th when he comes out. Verstappen has carried on. But remember, he's got to serve that 5-second time penalty when he comes in. Whoa! Oscar Piastri on Lewis Hamilton. That was bold and brave from Oscar Piastri. The man who's looking good to win this race has got through on the 7-time world champion as Verstappen comes in to make his pit stop. What a move that was from Piastri. Now here's Verstappen then. Remember, they've got to serve 5 seconds before they change his tyres. 5 seconds have gone. Now they can get to work. On go the hard tyres of Verstappen. He's away, and Verstappen has now lost the lead to Piastri. If he wants to win this race, he's got to hope that he's got those tyres and the pace to chase down the McLaren in front as Hamilton gets overtaken by Piastri, and Piastri is ahead of Verstappen. Round the outside. Whoa! Dearie me! Gabriel Bortoleto moving under brake and almost crashing into his hero and mentor, Fernando Alonso. So that was, whoa, dearie me.
Oh, that was close. Oh, so close. Check the car.
Wow, Liam Lawson, after getting past Gabriel Bortoleto moved towards Alonso, and surely he's going to get a penalty for that. That was ridiculous from Bortoleto and Alonso. Wow. Lando Norris is coming in, he's locked up, and I think he might have just got away with speeding there, but did he cross the line going into the pit entry? We might have a look at that, I don't know. But Norris is on the medium tyres, and he'll be going full blast if he wants to finish on the podium today, and still be within range of the championship lead. On board with Charles Leclerc, who could be on for a podium tonight. He's going to go round the outside of George Russell into turn one. Charles Leclerc gets past George Russell. What a move for the Monegasque driver round the outside, and Charles Leclerc is up to third. Lando Norris about to get past his good mate George Russell round the outside. Lando Norris up to fourth. It's the last lap here in Jeddah. Norris is pressuring Leclerc all the way to the flag. But here is Oscar Piastri. He's about to become the first Australian driver since Mark Webber in 2010 to lead a Formula One World Championship. It's going to be a third win in 5 races for Oscar Piastri this year. His 5th win in his career. And for the first time ever, he will lead the Formula One World Championship as Oscar Piastri wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and takes over the lead of the World Championship for the first time ever. Max Verstappen, after the penalty, gets denied victory as he comes home second, and Charles Leclerc finally gives Ferrari a first podium of the year. Lando Norris put pressure on him all the way. He finishes fourth. Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, Sainz, Albon and Hadjar complete the points, but it's Piastri on top in Jeddah.
It was a little bit more difficult to start than I had hoped for, but yeah, very, very well done. Car was great. Turnier not so much, but I'm glad that Turnier is from lapping people, so well done everybody. Massive 3 weeks, and let's get it going. Got a lot of fun to have this year. Awesome.
What a fantastic win for Oscar Piastri as he leads the World Championship for the first time ever. That's 5 races done, still a walloping 19 to go. But it's Oscar Piastri who on top of the championship now as we head off to Miami in 2 weeks' time to see if anyone can stop Piastri and McLaren from winning both championships. But right now, it's looking good for Piastri and McLaren as they already find themselves with a slightly healthy lead in both championships.